they are giving us some capital, it's a disposable department. So I am already at 11.54. So I would go by all the options, be it government contribution in capital, be it 81 capital, be it what you call this other placement. It all depends upon that how that market is going to be tomorrow. Okay, so I won't be able to give you a number that what I have called from the Gulf. Conditions. So and today if you tell me that you are going to raise capital today in today's market, I'll say no. So tomorrow market could be better. So we will go to the market definitely, depending upon the market opportunity. Why not to build up my capital? Because if I need to grow, that growth primarily would be in my asset. If I am going to grow in my asset, then I need to make what you call this capital requirement for the total amount of risk weight. So I need to have capital, even if I am going to estimate a 20% growth in coming years, I will require that.
One thing I would like to add here, like we were quite proactive. So in this December, when we realized that we need more capital, so 1500 crore we raised by way of Tier 2 bonds, and then again the part 900 crore we raised in January, so 2400 crore. So in March also that way we will be well properly prepared.
And we hope that you are going to grow
20%. SME we have grown by 26%. And the overall portfolio, if you see, last year December 14, our retail SME and agriculture was 49% of the total advances. Now it has increased to 54%. And the other highlights are that our cost we have been able to control. The expenses, total expenses have increased by only 0.65% YOY. And thus we have been able to control our cost, and the cost to income ratio is 49.5%, so with less than 50%. And the profit, of course, because we have taken up the cleansing exercise, and as a result we have identified our NPAs. In some of the cases these accounts were not having technically from record of recovery not NPA but inherently weak accounts. So we have classified these accounts as NPA. As a result, the slippages are 5,400 crores, and the NPS from 4.27 it has increased to 5.84%. But the more important point here is that the stressed portfolio, which includes gross NPA plus restructured standard assets, it was 11.24%, 4.27% NPA plus 6.97% restructured asset, total 11.24%. It is now increased to 11.91%, so which is quite under control. So while the NPAs have increased from 4.27 to 5.84, the stress assets have increased only by 67 basis points. But we have identified, cleaned the balance sheet, we have identified the issues, and now we will try for recovery and upgradation of these accounts. So, and the other part, as a part of cleansing exercise, AQR is one part. We have taken up some other projects also, like I was telling, CASA deposits, then retail advances portfolio, reorganizing our portfolio, and then alternate channel transactions, which were around 45% last year, have increased to now 55%. So we are now more and more increasing e-channel transaction, alternate channel transaction, so that our cost can further reduce. And then this capital adequacy ratio, our capital adequacy ratio, which was 11.04% as on 30th September, has increased to 11.54%. We had raised 1500 crore by way of Tier 2 bonds. But apart from raising Tier 2 bonds, we have started this our data cleansing exercise, which have also helped us a lot. And that way we have been able to improve our capital adequacy ratio. So overall, like we have taken various steps like this data cleansing and this overall reorganization structure, going for low cost deposits, reorganizing our advances portfolio, and then compliance and all these issues. So that way bank is now in a good position, and in future what are the steps which we are taking, I think the bank position will improve. Thank you very much.
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಸುಮಾರು 84 ಕೋಟಿಯಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಮೂರನೇ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ನೆಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಈ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆದೇಶದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವು NPAಗಳನ್ನು ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬಂತು. ಇದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆದೇಶದಂತೆ ಈ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮಾರ್ಚ್ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್, ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮಾರ್ಚ್ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಈ ಆದೇಶ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೂ ಅನ್ವಯ. ಆದರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕದ್ದು ಫಂಡಮೆಂಟಲ್ಸ್ ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇದೆ. ಕಾಸ ಸುಮಾರು 25-26% ಅಷ್ಟಿದೆ. ಗ್ರೋತ್ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟು ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಪ್ರಯಾರಿಟಿ ಸೆಕ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ MSMEಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಲೋನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಸೆಕ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಸುಮಾರು 5,800 ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದೆ. 9,500 ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಗಳನ್ನು ATMಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಟ್ರೆಜೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಬರುವ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರೋದಿದೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.